Life 180. I got my buddy Caleb here with BetterWealth. And what does your hat say? BetterWealth? It does. It's just
BetterWealth, man. I got no creativity.
All fancy and stuff. That looks like a race car driver's hat. Yeah, it's interesting. It's cool. I've never seen it. So, guys, Caleb and I have not done a video together for what feels like quite some time. I miss you, buddy. But my family's getting home right now. This is the danger of going live. Hey, Cannon, can you shut the door, please? I'm going live on YouTube. So, adios. The danger of having your office near the front door of the house when the kids come home from school. So, haven't done a video in a long time, and we just wanted to catch up and talk about a bunch of things. But really, the focus of this is to talk about. I wanted to bring Caleb on for a minute and help promote his mastermind because of the fact that everything Caleb does is first class, and so I'm going to be speaking at this mastermind as well, so that's going to be fun. And so I wanted to be able to come on here, tell everybody about it, and honestly, just allow Caleb to kind of explain what the mastermind is, have a conversation about it, and kind of go from there. So
amazing, dude. I appreciate you having me on, and we're super excited to have you be a speaker, be present, just give. We were just talking about a mastermind that you just went to, and one conversation can change everything.
Totally.
And I'm just a firm believer that I am where I am because of people like you and people that I've met, people that have poured into my life. And it's like, if we can create a room for people that are in the life insurance space, that are in financial advisors. I just want to be very clear that this is for people that are financial professionals. So as long as you can check that I'm a financial professional check mark, we would love to have you here, and we're going to go all in, all life insurance. I mean, I'm with one of the goats who's you put out so much content, and like, man, you've inspired what I've been up to, and we have people that dwarf you when it comes to YouTube. And so how cool is that going to be to like create a community of people that are talking about the strategies going on, the current events. That we have multiple software companies that are going to be there. It's going to be a lot of fun. And so my hope is that if you're able to make it June 23rd and 24th, man, be there. So that's just a pre-pitch before we talk about the whole mastermind. But it's gonna be.
No, it's amazing. And so from that perspective too, I mean, I'm so excited about it because last year I missed it. I wasn't able to be there, and I was really sad about that. And so this year I'm actually coming back from my trip to South America to speak at it. I'm going to be back in time to go do it, and it'll be, I'd even come back if I weren't speaking because I just want to be there. And one of the things that I'm going to do, and I want to say this before I forget, and I know you and I talked about it a little bit, but I'm hoping that for anybody that is coming through my channel, I want to actually kind of like throw this little bonus in. So one of the things that I'm doing is I'm going to be doing the 23rd and the 24th are the mastermind event days. Now, the 25th is a Sunday. So anybody that has the ability to kind of extend their trip by a day, I'm going to be doing kind of an epic excursion, and I want to invite some people along. And so what we're going to be doing is going to a little place called Idaho Springs and doing a level 4 whitewater rafting excursion. So this isn't for the weak. This is like definitely for more of the adventurous people out there.
Standard or super preferred enough.
Yes, exactly. So we're going to be doing this excursion now. This excursion is about $350 a head to do typically. It's going to include like the transportation, food, the whitewater rafting. It's like 6 hours on the river. It's like a big thing. But for anybody that buys a ticket to this mastermind, I'm going to cover $150 of your excursion.
Wow.
Okay. So I can only take, full transparency, I can only take about 12 people on this excursion with me because the raft size and whatever it is. But for the first 12 people that do this, that sign up for Caleb's mastermind, that show up, extend your day, it'll only cost you an extra $200 to do that instead of the $350 that is the sticker price going rate. So it's awesome. Chad Rollins says, count me in, Chris. Let's go.
Chad, I look forward to meeting you, man. Is there a way to put a link in the like going live, or we'll just have to tell people where to go?
Yeah, so I would just say to this, anybody that is interested in that offer, email me. Just email Chris at Life180, Chris at Life180.com, and we can do that, right? Like, so I could just add this right now.
Amazing. Because what I can do is
Right.
I can also share my computer.
Yeah.
So this is, can I just dive in for those of you that are watching and being like, okay, you're talking about And Asset Mastermind. What is it?
What is the And Asset? Yeah. So get into that for me. Or for everybody else, I know what it is. Do you want to share your screen?
Yeah, Chad, you can totally put it on your credit card. Okay, so if you go to andasset.com/mastermind or andasset.com/mastermind 2023, it goes to the same place. You're going to get details. Okay. Now, the mastermind is only $1,000, which is going to be insane when we talk about all the things that you're getting. But it starts on June 22nd. It starts in the evening. We're going to have like a cocktail hour. And then it goes all day Friday. We provide really nice lunches and we have a really nice dinner, all you can eat, fogo de chao. It's going to be amazing. And then Saturday is all day Saturday, lunch included, and we're going to wrap up around 5 p.m. A lot of people stay and then leave on the 25th. So it's a full day Friday, Saturday, and I'm telling you, we give. It's going to be in Denver, Colorado, an amazing venue. By the way, we're only having 120 people, and at the time of this recording, we already have 80 people signed up. So it's like because majority of people that came last year that could make it were like, count me in. And so with all that, the goal and hope is, how can we create a 2.5-day event that is incredible, that we bring in the best of the best? If you're a financial professional, we're going to bring in the best of the best. If you even like know anything about life insurance, you got to be here if you want to up your game, because check this out. Todd Langford, the owner of Truth Concepts, they put their event on hold when they heard that we were doing this event and said, Caleb, we're going to support you. Todd Langford's the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing. I paid multiple thousands of dollars to go to his Truth training, and I learned so much about money. It was unbelievable, like how math backs up everything, and it's just amazing. And so he's going to be there in the room. He's going to be presenting. It's going to be incredible. Garrett Gunderson's going to be there both days. His whole team's going to show up. He's going to be giving his one-man show, and his one-man show is this like beautiful example of like a performance and like acting and like massive value that comes across. And so he's going to be opening up the event with his one-man show. And he's also, for those of you that know Wealth Factory and all the things, he's like an open book. He's going to be giving so generously while he's there. And so just the fact that we get to be in the same room with him, who's just experienced so much, incredible. By the way, he came last year out of a favor for me, and he said it was one of his hands down favorite events he's ever been at.
That's
so
awesome.
He's like, count me in, and he's going to be showing up in a really powerful way when he's there. Rob Gill, Rob is a strategic. He's on YouTube. He does some incredible things. He has some strategic partnerships. He's really understands ecosystems and partnering. He's going to be opening up how he's built some massive partnerships in the game, and he's shown up powerfully. Tom Wall's a PhD in retirement income. Just wrote the book Permission to Spend, which is a phrase that you and I are very familiar with, Chris. Yeah. He's going to be there. He's going to be giving a keynote. I got a cool surprise for everyone that shows up. Is going to be getting a cool little gift. Obviously, I'm going to be there. We have so many great speakers. I'll be there. I don't know if I'm even going to keynote. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be introducing. But like, I'm like, there's so many people that are coming in, and I'm like, I would not want to take away from you speaking. Harland, who's like the expert when it comes to reverse mortgages, is going to be talking about that. I believe reverse mortgages, when set up and used properly, it can be an amazing for someone's financial life. Dave Anderson, the owner and founder of Lifetime Income Process, which is another calculator system. How crazy is it, Chris? We're going to have multiple calculators, guys, in the room together. Leap, by the way, Leap is sponsoring. The reason Leap is sponsoring is the CEO of Leap came last year and said, I'm so dang impressed with this whole event. We're not only going to sponsor to support, but I'm going to send out an email to our entire list. How crazy is that?
That's awesome.
Jason Lowe's the top producer for Canada. He's going to be present. Dom, who runs our whole life insurance division, he's going to be present. Mr. Burr, unfortunately, is not going to be present. So he's still on there, but maybe you could hit him up and say, hey, come. We're going to have Court Pitcher, who's a legacy lock, who teaching advisors how they can incorporate estate planning in their business without having to be an attorney. We got the one and only Chris, which I want you to talk in a second about what you're going to be sharing. We got Hutch from Banker's Truce, another just legend in the YouTube space, have done so much. Josh, we have Incline, who is an amazing third-party lender. They're going to be showing up powerfully and sponsoring. Their whole team is coming. We got Mark, is a good friend of mine. He wrote Investments Don't Hug and has a really unique perspective as it relates to life insurance. Some of these people are not even going to speak. My good friend Daniel Romberg, in Arizona, doing some incredible things. He's going to be present. My friend Jerry, Christine, the CEO of Live Currents is helping advisors help their clients track their money. And they've taken technology and said, hey, we can actually show you how you can help your clients actually track where money's going. And they're going to show how they have advisors that literally sell more life insurance and serve their clients better because they incorporate certain things in their practice. Good friend Brock Fortner, Alden Armstrong is a genius. We got so many fun people that are coming. Michael Isom is a legend, co-wrote the book, What Would the Rockefellers? He just texted me and said, Caleb, count me in. He just wrote a book that we're going to try to highlight. My friend Corey Anderson. And to be frank, this is not even all, like, these are just like the people that respond to our emails by saying, hey, can you give us your phone number or can you give us our picture so we can spotlight? So this is what you can expect. And it's going to be an amazing 2.5 days. We're eating well. I'll stop sharing where we're experiencing. All right. That's cool that you brought that over.
There we go.
Okay.
There you go. You're good.
andasset.com/mastermind. It'll also be like, we'll put it in the comments, andasset.com/mastermind. And the goal is, how can we have the best marketing? How can we have the best product talk? How do we have the best financial strategy? How do we create a room where we're just, everyone's giving. And I'm pretty excited to bring in these legends where normally we wouldn't come together and share what's going on, but you get the right people in a room, there can be 1 + 1 can equal more than 2.
Well, that's what I love about you, man, is like, and that's one of the things, like, from back when we first met, is like, I knew you just had this abundance mindset. I think that's one of the reasons, we started doing so much together in the first place and you're so talented and gifted. I think it's one of your unique superpowers is, just showing up and trying to serve and filling a room full of amazing people. I mean, there's not many people that could pull a group of people together like this. You're one of the few. So it's awesome. And I'll say this, if you're in the business, if you're a life insurance agent, like, you need to be here. Like, if you take your career seriously, if you want to grow, if you want to network, if you want to learn and like build those relationships, these are the rooms that you build the relationships with these people with. And if you can't get a return on that at an event like this, you probably should be doing something else. That's like, not to be that bold, but like, it is what it is, right? Like that's all I will say to that, and it's going to be awesome. Like, there's going to be the networking. It's going to be fun. It's going to be, KM says he loves seeing us back together again. So, it's going to be fun. It's going to be networking. There's going to be great education. People are going to be talking about all sorts of different topics. So you're going to learn a lot. Like, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm preparing a lot. You said you wanted me to talk about what I'm going to talk about. I mean, honestly, I'm going to be talking a lot about my favorite topic, which is IUL. Go ahead.
Dude, I'm going to try to give the fans what they want. I'm trying to find a competitor. I'm trying to find someone that will go head to head with you, IUL whole life debate. Like, who would not love to see that? Who would pay just to see Chris live debate? And I got someone in mind who you would love. And I'm gonna give him a call.
Doug Andrew?
No.
David McKnight?
Yes. He's going to get a call from me.
I'm gonna say it right now. He's too chicken. He's not gonna do it.
I would love to create a very kind, loving, supportful platform for you guys to discuss, because listen, there's going to be people at this mastermind that aren't just whole life. I would say majority of people are majority whole life.
Sure.
But whenever we can't have a conversation, we lose. And so we always need to elevate the conversation. And I would love to get a debate, because I do think there's really, really, really good points that can be made. And how cool would it be that could be made live so that there can be an adjustment? And there's some smart people that are going to be in the room that like know their stuff, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So all that to say, I'm working on getting you a competitor that can,
let's do it.
that'd be a blast.
I've been waiting to do a live debate with somebody on the IUL thing for a long time. Now, I've had a bunch of people say, "Oh, I'll debate you," and as soon as like Money Mythbuster on Instagram and TikTok, he's got 100,000 followers on each, and he's like, "Oh, I'll debate you," and he's like a big World Financial Group guy. But as soon as it's like, "All right, let's do it," like pick a time, he's like, "Oh, I'm busy." He always ghosts me when it's time to do it. David McKnight calls me out, wants to debunk me, and then I call him. I give and as soon as I'm like, dude, like let's not do this like video back and forth thing. I mean, I'll do it all day long, like whatever. Let's just do it live. Like I'll fly to you. Let's do it. And he just like, "Oh no, I'm busy. I can't do it." Like whatever. And it's all the people on the IUL space. They just when push comes to shove, they don't want to step up, and it's sad to me. Like it just. I don't know. Like I try to be loving. You know me. I'm like one of the easiest going guys. I know a lot of people have a hard time believing that because I'm a pretty easygoing guy, right? Is that fair? Like
totally, dude. You like you're not going to be the one that normally picks the fight.
No, but
if someone comes at you, though, you're going to defend the fortress.
Right, and that's the thing with this IUL topic is like to me, it's like when I know I'm right and I do, and I'm willing. Like to me. This is the thing that really bugs me, right? Is I got attacked. Like, and listen, I have no problem with people attacking me. If you want to attack me, but be a man and step into it and like be willing to come and have a conversation and do something live. Don't be a coward and then attack and then run and hide. Like to me, that's where I draw the line. And so, I look at this through the perspective of like, I just want to have this conversation because I want to get it out there because there's so much bad information. And so I'm excited to talk about it. And I'm going to be traveling. Like, so this week I'm going to be going to the Dominican Republic to work on my new project. And then I'm going to be going to Colombia. So I'm going to literally be on the road for like 6 weeks coming up to your event. And so I'm going to be in a lot of downtime. So I'm going to bring the heat. I'm going to bring the heat.
Yeah, I love it, dude. Well, just the fact that you're going to be present, like there's other people that are probably going to come. I'm not going to mention their name until they're official, but it's just the value of being together. And again, the vision that we have is we want to see every single person who's insurable insured. No way that Life 180 or BetterWealth or anybody that's in our network can accomplish that alone. And so the idea is if life insurance when set up and used properly is one of the greatest paper assets that can protect and grow, and you can better control your capital, we have a moral obligation to protect more people, insure more people. And unfortunately, I would say that you and I, when people say, are like up there for being the people that are communicating this kind of stuff. And there should be thousands of other people that are saying the same message. Now, I will say that I've seen people use our language more and more. So
totally. I see it all the time.
Which is great because no one that's going to try to make a quick buck is going to use our language because it's playing the long game. And I have a video that's going to be coming out soon that's pointing to a video that we did on IUL. And the more and more I reflect, I go, listen, the more and more I've been around the block, it's like I just see more and more reasons why this is not a get rich quick. Save your marriage asset. There are so many reasons why you should do it, but the reason to outperform the stock market or being the most shiny object is not one of them. So, but it makes me more convicted for life insurance. So if you're a financial professional, period, I would sincerely ask you to clear your schedule and come to Denver, Colorado, June 23rd, 24th, actually 22nd, the night before, and just be in a room of people that are changing the game. It would be amazing to have you. You can go to andasset.com/mastermind. And it would be amazing to have you.
Have some fun on the river with me.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the fact that you're willing to do that, man, means the world, that you're willing to make that an even no-brainer to the people. Thank you. Like
Yeah,
that means
totally,
so
man.
much.
Well, anything I can do to support you, I'm in. And plus, like, I met a guy who runs a whitewater rafting thing, and he's like, usually this is even more expensive, and he's like letting me like pull these boats together and do all this, and it's like high level stuff, and I've always wanted to do it, so it's like a great excuse. And if I could get a bunch, like, I'm just thinking of the content that we can create, like on the river. I'm gonna bring my GoPro, my chest strap, and like it's gonna be like hardcore. Like, if you come, you're not only like, it's gonna go on the YouTube channel. We're gonna create some cool videos on the topic. But hey, so I got you here. Is there anything else you want to say about this event?
No, just andacid.com/mastermind. If you're a financial professional, or if you know financial professional, please share it with them. And if you have any questions, reach out to Chris, reach out to myself. This is obviously, you can see that there's no back end here. I'm doing this because I truly, selfishly, want to be really relevant in the space. And I know the ultimate long-term plays bring amazing people together. And we're creating a movement. So my play long-term is, how can we create the right type of people that can really do things and change things? And the only way that we do that is make a difference. There are multiple insurance companies that heard what we're doing, and they're going to be there as well, because they want to just see what's going on, because no insurance company alone can do what we can do. Because when you're independent, you can come together and really put your brains together. But we need the backings of the insurance companies, because they're the ones that are creating these products. They're the ones that ultimately need to be working with us. And so it's this beautiful synergy of like, we can never be bought by, like, we have to keep our independence, but also the fact that insurance companies want to be a part of what we're doing tells you something really special.
Love it, man. Love it. So talk to me. Like, I got you here, so I'm going to trap you here for a little while. We're going to talk about some fun stuff. So that's amazing. First, like, so I'll just reiterate. I got the link. Is that the right link down in the video?
Yeah, andacid.com/mastermind. And then it just redirects to andacid.com/mastermind 2023.
Okay.
And go there. But yeah, let's jam.
Okay, rock and roll. So that's good. So guys, check that out. I'll leave that up if anybody wants to reference it and go. But you've been doing a lot of videos lately. I check out all the stuff you do a little bit. Obviously, I like to check in on you from time to time. And you've been doing a lot of videos. You've had a lot of guests on lately, right? Like, I've noticed you've been enjoying doing that. And it's interesting because you just made the comment, like, people using our language, and we've been doing this for a while, and playing the long game. And one of the things that I've been saying is, I firmly believe that every life insurance agent should start a YouTube channel. And a lot of people are like, well, why would you want them to do that? Like, it's just going to compete with you. And my mindset is like, if they're doing it the right way, I want them to compete with me, because I have an abundance mindset. I just want it, like, to me, I don't care if you do, a policy with me or with Caleb or with somebody else. Like, I just want you to do it as long as you're doing it the right way. And the challenge is, there's so many people doing it so poorly and so wrong. Like, Caleb and I can't do this alone. Like, there needs to be more people preaching the right message. Can you speak to that? Like, your thoughts on that? Like,
yeah, I'm debating. Should I say something that I shouldn't say? We did a video. With Jake Tran, and he's an amazing YouTuber, and it's gotten just under 200,000 views at this point. And I got majority of people have said really nice things, but I had one person that was livid at me and emailed me and just was like, you're pretty much a scumbag, because I shared things like, majority of life insurance agents aren't doing the right thing, and the commissions are massive, and there's lack of flexibility. And so just because I'm talking about life insurance doesn't mean, like, just go to your average life insurance agent and get a policy set up. And I understand by saying that, I am throwing rocks. I'm throwing rocks at the same people who may love life insurance even more than I do.
Yeah.
And I think it's like, this is where I get bothered by, like, the Dave Ramseys of the world, because he literally, with a straight face, says you're a moron by using a credit card.
Yeah.
And I'm like, are you insane? Like, I get it. There's 60% of America or more that shouldn't touch a credit card. I get that.
Yeah.
And also, I would be I want to say words that I probably shouldn't say on YouTube. And so I'm just like, it's just so interesting to me, but I understand that you have to stick to your talking points and you
Yeah.
can't give way. And so I understand in the life insurance space, like people are like pro life insurance and they're like, hey, if you throw any shade at the life insurance industry, you're eating it up. But I'm like, there's majority of people have life insurance has a bad rap because we're not saying these things. We're saying, oh, all life insurance is good. And then you go and you get a really, really crappy design. You're over obligated and the policy is crap.
Mhm.
Okay. And that makes everyone look bad. So
Yeah.
all that to say, I get this like email and I'm just like, I want to frame it and have it be an example of like and this is big for me, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
I'm normally like, I
Yeah,
don't want to rock the
you're
boat.
usually not the conference. I usually, yeah. See, it
I'm
only
going to
for me.
frame the
I'm the only one
email.
who seems to be able to pull this out of
I'm
you.
going to frame the email because, I believe it was sent out of love. I actually don't believe that. It wasn't sent out of love. It was sent by someone who's frustrated. And I get that. But I also understand that Jeff Bezos didn't create Amazon for the competitors. Like, you know how many competitors are frustrated at Amazon?
Oh, I
No,
hate
you
it.
got to be consumer focused. So the
Yeah.
point that I'm saying is it would be amazing to make more money doing what we do. By setting up our policies and by doing what we do, we're very lean. Now we make good livings because we work with people and we have YouTube and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, consumer focus all the way. The person that's changing their eyes and saying, I want to be me focused might win in the short term, but won't win in the long term. So all that to say, that's just a long way around for the kiss for YouTube. I think we need to be spending more time sharing the message, collaborating. And when we have a message, just know that just because you hold an insurance license doesn't mean you're going to be for us. There's a lot of people selling other insurance products, in my humble opinion, not the right way. And they hate you, Chris. Maybe hate's a strong word. They don't like your channel. They don't
No,
maybe like my channel. And we have to, again, check our motives. We can't be attacking people just to attack, but if
no.
there's truth, if something is true and we're not willing to touch it,
Right.
then we're a slave to lies. And I
Yeah.
think there's a lot of things that I'll stop my rant, but those are
No,
just some of
it's
the
good,
things that I've
man.
been thinking about of like why I'm so grateful that YouTube has given me a platform.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people that are a lot smarter than me. I just get a lot more views than they do. And I know you get a lot more views than I do. And it's pretty humbling when you think of the thousands of hours of watch time that people are consuming our content and hopefully getting better because of it.
Yeah, man, it's so funny because, like, talking about, I mean, if people could see some of the comments that just get blocked by YouTube that I see every day on some of my videos, because I mean, Caleb, that rant is about as fired up as you're ever going to see Caleb get, right? Like, and so I take a bit of a more polarizing stance. A lot of people are like, Chris, why do you got to make these videos, and why can't you just focus on what you do? Right? Focus on whole life. If you like whole life, focus on whole life. Why do you got to make all these videos on IUL? Why are you so passionate about that? Like, why you hate it so much is actually what they say. And it's not that I hate it so much. I hate the way people position it, and I hate the way they market it, and I hate the negative impact that I know it's going to have on people. And so, like what Caleb said, be consumer focused. I really could not care less about all the agents out there that disagree with me, and that, like, because I know the truth. Like, I've been in that space. Like, I have more success in that space, not to, like, try to sound like arrogant or egotistical about it, but I have more success in that space, more experience, more background. And so I've seen it from a lens and through a lens that they probably will never experience. And so, that's what drives my passion. I make all my content not for them. I mean, yeah, there's some elements, like I get a video every now and then, or a comment every now and then, or an email occasionally from an agent being like, oh my gosh, you opened my eyes, you helped me, like, I'm now making this pivot because of your content. And to me, honestly, like, that's worth everything to me.
Yeah.
And I get probably 2 of those a month, maybe, where it's like that impactful. And for every one of those, I get 20 hate mails. Like, it is what it is. I mean, that's not exaggeration either.
It's crazy. You get a lot more hate mails than I do. I don't. That means you're doing more than I am.
I had
When it
somebody
comes
the
to
other
the
day.
pot.
I had somebody the other day tell me that I hope I get AIDS and die. That's what they said to me.
Wow.
Yeah, that's.
It's interesting. I heard this once where it's like drinking poison and hoping the other person dies.
Yeah.
And so I have a ton of empathy for that because I don't wish that on my worst enemy,
Yeah.
So
Yeah, totally. And so it's, you do the content for the right way, but I firmly believe everybody should create content, because not only is it spreading the right message if you're doing it the right way, but it's forcing you to be better. Like a lot of people, I mean, Caleb, like, would you say, I mean, I think you would acknowledge and probably give some credit to this, like you creating content, you being a YouTuber, content creator, and having to be super intentional about your YouTube strategy, the content that you're
Yep.
doing, what you have to do to level up as a producer, as an agent, with your knowledge, with your networks. Like just being a creator and creating these videos has made you better at what you do. Is that fair?
Hands down, hands down. We're all about intentional living, and by a content creator, you need to be very intentional because every video that we're making is a digital real estate,
Totally.
and so it's going to live out there until we delete it. So it's not like it has to be digital real estate, but it's just one of those things where you will be better if you put yourself out there. But the reason people don't is they're afraid of what other people think, and how horrible of a way to live your life to because there's certain people because there are people that
Totally.
send us hate mail, but like why would we want them to determine what we do? And you're never going to find super successful people just bad mouthing you, like or hateful comments. All the people that are sending hate comments, I promise you aren't putting themselves out on YouTube, putting all like it's just not how people operate. Like if you're gonna if you're gonna like go at someone, you're gonna do it in a way and actually like do it, like make a video about them and stuff. Like as much as you like think about David McKnight, like he's not trolling you on YouTube. He put a video and he's not responding, all that stuff. But at the end of the day, like it's not like the people that are sending hate comments
Yeah.
aren't you should not spend a single second thinking about them. And like
Yeah.
I say this sincerely, I don't.
Right.
I do not like I care more about the person that I'm actually genuine giving me feedback, and I'll take feedback. But the people that are sending bad feedback, it's just like it doesn't even register because I have so much empathy and love for probably what they're going through. So all that to say, you got me in like a preachy mode right now. But yes, create content. It's one of the greatest valuable leverage things that you can do in your life.
That's awesome. So you've got a couple guests on talking about like the economy a little bit. I've been doing
Yep.
a lot of videos on the economy, talking about the debt crisis, inflation, deflation, the banking crisis, all these things. Like talk to me about your perspective of like where you see us right now, where you see everything going, and like what are you doing in your business? And
Bridger, who I know that you were just at his event,
yeah,
and then I had Ken Keyes, who's like one of the top leading tax lobbyists.
yeah,
He was a person responsible for 199A tax deduction. Like we've all benefited greatly from this man,
awesome.
and they have some a little bit different opinions. I think what Ken Keyes is saying is like no one's talking about the real issues, and that's a problem. And so some of the things that like there will be programs that run out of money. So what are we going to do? And I think we can all agree that they're not just going to stop doing Social Security. Like that's not going to happen. So they're going to rob Peter to pay Paul kind of deal, and what kind of effects that's going to have. And so it's just that's interesting. And then, Bridger had a whole like 10-15 minute rant on like the American dollar and about the value of the American dollar and how we will go to war and potentially blow up pipelines and all these other things to
That would
keep
never
it.
happen.
Yeah, never happen. Why, to make sure that the dollar remains the world currency, and he's not like, how some like, again, this can be a conservative talking point, like we're going to lose a reserve currency. Bridger's under the opinion like we're not close to that. And I think like everything, I look and like long term, there's a lot of problems happening, and it's my thing is like, okay, I don't know when, I don't have a magic ball that tells me when things are going to happen. I just know that 10, 15, 20 years, is America going to be better or worse off? I don't think we're going to be better. So as a result, I want to make sure that my actions are not in bed with a business partner, i.e. the government, that's getting less and less responsible and getting more and more needy. And at the same time, if it gets that bad, buy food, buy land, have a gun, like I'm not inciting violence. I promise.
I property in the Dominican Republic and get the heck out of here.
I'm just saying, like, if it gets really bad,
Yeah.
life insurance is going to be the last thing that falls, right? It's like, I would rather have all my money in cash value life insurance than any other institution. So just to be super, super clear, but it's not like it's still, if like the US dollar like leaves as the reserve currency of the world, like we're in trouble as the United States. And I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, but I would be foolish if I didn't say like the writing's on the wall.
Yeah, for sure. But here's the thing, just to kind of like tag onto that. I don't know when I did this. It might have been 3-4 months ago, but I did a video on why, people should be storing their long-term capital inside of life insurance and not banks. And it has to do with, like, if we look at the history of life insurance and we think about like the history of our country and the dollar as it is, everybody's freaking out about the CBDC, the fall of the US dollar, world's reserve currency status, and all this stuff. Very few people are like looking at the history of participating mutually held life insurance companies and realizing like they've been doing this since 1842, 1840, right? Like, guys, we've gone through 3 versions of the dollar. Like, everybody's worried about losing the dollar. I mean, yeah, it's a big deal because the country's bigger, there's more at stake and all this stuff. But yes, banks will fail. We've seen it happen already. But life insurance companies have proven, even in their immature state in the 1860s when the Civil War happened, when the industry was only like 20-ish years old, like whatever, they still made it through and didn't fail. Even when they transitioned currencies, they still made it through and they didn't fail. Like, these are all things to consider. So, like, to me, if I'm going to keep my money and like, Caleb's a pretty smart guy. I like to think I'm a pretty smart guy. When it comes down to it, I can take my money and try to manage that transition if we were to lose the world's reserve currency status. And I don't think it's anytime soon, but could it happen? I think we'd be stupid to not acknowledge that it could happen, right? Like, it could. But if that were to happen, I could try to manage that transition myself and try to time everything right and try to figure out what asset everything's going to pivot to or whatever. Or I could have it in a company where a lot of the banks and a lot of the corporations and a lot of the most successful people in the world have their money. And that the billions of dollars in these general funds are going to be managed and transitioned. I think that's the thing I love about having it in life insurance. When you have it in a bank, it's directly tied to the US dollar and you are stuck there. When you have it in a life insurance company, it's being managed by portfolio managers inside of a general fund. And when if they deem it time to start hedging and to start pivoting and to start reallocating assets to manage the risk of that said fall in our currency status, they're going to manage it. Like, and I have faith in that. And that's why, to me, that it makes the most sense, because, if nothing changes and we keep, it's an awesome plan. If kind of, what hits the fan, I just trust, nothing's bulletproof, but I trust their ability to manage that transition better than anybody else.
I agree. And yeah, I agree.
All right, mic drop. Boom, done. All right. What, you got anything else?
No, I appreciate your support. I appreciate you being in the room. Appreciate all the things that you've done. We got to do more of these videos, and
we do.
And so I appreciate all the love comments.
Yeah,
it's cool. Are you streaming on LinkedIn?
I'm streaming on LinkedIn.
That's amazing.
LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube.
So I'm looking forward to doing more videos. And if you are a financial professional, please go to andasset.com/mastermind, and it would be an honor to have you in the room. And if you know Chris and you're like, hey, this would be incredible to do a whitewater rafting, he's making it a no-brainer, an absolute no-brainer. And so my encouragement would be, it would be amazing to have you in. And Chris, thank you for being so generous and saying, hey, we're going to make this an even no-brainer to do a really fun experience the day after. So
that could be fun. And if you have anybody else that's going there that wants to do it, I'll do the same thing to them.
Amazing.
Just to fill it up. All right. So, all right, guys. Well, if you have any questions, you can go to the andasset.com/mastermind, find all the details on the event. If you want to reach out to me directly, feel free. It's Chris, CHRIS, @life180.com. Let me just put that up there, even though it's not confusing. I'll just do it for everybody just to have fun. Just go there, email me. I'm happy to connect with anybody, connect you with Caleb's team, get you registered, and we can go from there. But I'm looking forward to anybody that wants to go. I'm looking forward to seeing you there on what is it, June 22nd, right? Wow, and 23rd.
Yeah, it'll be 23rd and 24th, but people get in the 22nd. We're gonna have a really nice cocktail opening
All right.
party for everybody.
So let's just plan on the 22nd through the 25th, Denver, Colorado. Let's go. I'll see you there. Reach out if you have questions. And that's it. Till next video, guys. Have a blessed, inspirational day. Caleb, thanks for being here, bud.